Hello, 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 friends. Nicholas here with DIVO, TED Talks, Devoted Talks, depending on how you want to say it, where we take ancient wisdom and practices to a modern lens and experience to help you and those you love in suffering in your personal and greater worlds alike. And I am glad when I record quite a few of these in a row because then I get on this rhythm and this track, and I've said it before in other episodes, but it builds this momentum. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I want to get on the top of the roof and I want to scream and I want to shout. But I have learned over the years that I love that elevated state, but I can't exist in that elevated state forever. It's very rajasic, and so it needs breaks. It needs a counterbalance to help pull it back into a more stable point to be sattvic, so that it's more truth and wisdom rather than just rah, 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 rah. Like I look back at some of my old videos and man, I swore that I knew things. And in retrospect, I'm like, wow. Context, friends, context. And in the context, everything I said then was absolutely true. But now I know more, so I contain more and I can judge it more fairly and appropriately for what it is, not for what I wanted it to be or what I need it to be here and now. So, like I said, I love when I get on these trains and just kind of rolling with it. But, tapping into the truth of life and the wisdom of life is yoga and Ayurveda, but it's more about uncovering, remembering, and realizing the truth of existence, yourself, and all the things that happen in it. So, sorry, I just drank some carbonated water and it's bubbling. I'll leave it at that. So, I want to get on the rooftops and shout out about the fact that I hate that life is hard. I hate that people are born into different stations. I hate that some people get more love than others and that some people are born into tragedy and challenge and other people are born with silver spoons in their mouth. Yet I still watch everybody suffer in their own way. And in fact, I would say that many times I often see people who struggle the most tend to suffer the least in the long run because they are acclimated to it and they're not trying to fight against it. They're just understanding of what life is. And so what I want to do is to create a space to reach out and to keep stretching to help people find this reality, not because I know something, but because they deserve to hear the things. And one of the easiest ways for me to do that is to just keep recording and to keep writing and to keep putting it out there. Eventually it will get where it's meant to go. The other day I saw that I've been on Facebook. I had memories from 20 years ago. It's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. But that's neither here nor there. The internet is forever, which means this knowledge is out there so that hopefully someday somebody will find this and it will be great. And you know what? I used to want to be the superstar. I wanted to be there because in my heart of hearts, I knew that that was something I can do. And I've seen it in dreams and I've seen it in meditations and I know it's possible, but I can't try to make something now that isn't now if it's somewhere else. And if it was here right now, I would know it because I would be living it. But it isn't here right now. And so I have to not just accept it, but have love for myself that it's coming and that even if I can't see it today, it may be just around the corner. We talked about the diamonds recently where this guy chips through the soil and then he quits and you see there's only like a little sliver left and he would have been in all the riches of the world. And so I'm going to keep showing up and I'm going to keep learning about myself. Self-mastery isn't about being in a bubble and living this perfect life. It is about learning who you are in relation to your life through experiences, recognizing that you have an inner world that is being reflected to you on the outside by the people, places, and things that are showing up. But they're not just showing up, you are showing up in a particular energy and mental state, and then you're navigating through all of the strings and the tapestry and fabric of life as it's being created, and where you're mentally and physically and spiritually at is going to guide what part and what path you take, right? We will always follow the path of least resistance, but sometimes the least resistant path is very resistant, right? Because if we turn that way, we would be on full onslaught. If we turn that way, it would just be complete destruction. And this path, which is still hard, is the least resistant path for us right here, right now, based on how we showed up. And so we step forward and we move forward and we go forward. And so even though my life doesn't exactly look the way I had imagined it would at 40, not that I sit and think about that very much, but I recognize where I don't have delusions of grandeur. I just can see something and know I'm headed towards something, and I keep expecting each turn to be the thing that makes it happen instead of letting each turn be the thing that helps get me there. And that is a hard pill to swallow for me, because it's like, wow, I could have been enjoying it a lot more, but the pain causes me to reach out for help. It causes me to reach out to grow. It causes me to evaluate my life. And so the pain sucks sometimes, but it helps me choose to be more. And if I chose to sit down and obliterate, that would be a tragedy. But I get it. I think I might have said it in a recent episode too. I get where suicide feels like the only option for some people, because it can feel so endless and bleak at times. I would never do that, but that's not my choice. And so I respect it from the point that I understand how hard it can get. I have felt how hard it can get. I've felt how every character, every avatar, every idea of yourself can be crushed just by one turn of the wheel, one turn of the tapestry, one moment. And then you have to decide, do I want to get up again, or is this going to keep happening? In my life, it's kept happening, but I get up because I want to find my way to that goal. And so a lot of the personal development groups talk about finding your why. What is your why? My why is to get where I always knew I was meant to be. And if I crawl across the threshold of that doorstep and I die right after, I'll be fine. Because you know what? I have no regrets. Not everybody can say that, but I don't have regrets. I have moments where I'm like, oh, right? But no more than I like some food better than others. Oh, I could have done better there. Oh, that was not a good choice. Oh my gosh, right? I'm not trying to take things back, but rather I'm trying to assimilate them in ways that I grow more, become more, and can create more. And that, my friends, is one of the ways that I lead myself to be well and be free.